In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the front driver's side tie rod adjuster sleeve on this Jeep Wrangler. Let's get into it. We're going to remove this panel. There's some push pins. I'm just going to use a trim tool and just pop these down, just like that. Those out. Then on the back side, there's some push pins. Pop those out. And just slide it down. We're going to remove the wheel. Use a 19mm socket. Take the lug nuts off. Grab the wheel, slide it off. We're going to take this nut off. This vehicle has a cotter pin here, so you want to take the cotter pin off if you have one. Just use some side cutters. Slide it out. Using a 21mm socket, take this nut off. We're just going to leave it on a couple threads. Using a 24mm wrench and 24mm socket, loosen up this bolt right here, nut and bolt. That's loose. You can use some front end tools like this and just try to get that to separate right there, or even a pickle fork. That would be good, although when you use a pickle fork, sometimes it ruins the boot. Just take a hammer, give it a tap right here. Have that separate from the knuckle. Take the nut off. Slide that out. And you can unscrew the tie rod. You want to make sure this sleeve stays here. And while you're taking the tie rod off, you want to count the turns. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 44, 45, 46. So 46. We're going to remove the adjuster sleeve. I'm just using a crayon to mark it because we're going to count this. Now this goes in reverse thread, so it's almost like you're tightening it. So you want to count these threads. So 1, 2, and you may need a pipe wrench or a pair of pliers to do this. It may not come out this easy. 3, 4, 29, 30, 31. So write that number down, 31. Now take your new adjuster sleeve, you want to mark it, and we're going to thread it in and count the threads. So 1, 2, 3, 29, 30, and 31. Take the tie rod, and we're going to count these threads going in. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure the sleeve doesn't spin. 5, and 46. And slide it into the knuckle. Get the nut on. Get that started. Snug that down. And we'll torque this to 63 foot-pounds. And you want to take your cotter pin, line that up using a side cutters, just bend it over. And if the cotter pin does not line up, you want to tighten the nut down a little bit tighter. You don't want to loosen it. That's good. And then just trim the excess. Now I'll tighten this bolt up. and torque this to 34 foot-pounds. After finishing this installation, it's important to have an alignment done on your vehicle. Slide this panel in place, get that lined up, put the push pins in, secure those down. And the pins in the back, slide those in place, lock them down. Put the wheel on, and put the lug nuts on. Snug it down. Now we're going to torque the lug nuts to 122 foot-pounds in a cross pattern to tighten the wheel down evenly. Go around again, double check.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.